What's up?
Video, camera
Let me
mode.
see here.
Stop recording button.
Hey.
Lens wide button.
Oh,
Stop recording button.
okay. I was trying to make sure the voice was down enough. Okay, guys, so interestingly enough,
Accessibility volume 10%.
I just did something that I am going to highly recommend. Now, I watched this is a a youthman appreciation video more than just about anything else. The guy is great, and I want to send a shout out to him, thanking him definitely for doing this video that he did, showing how exactly to use multi EQ editor app, from Audessey, right? The Audessey editor app. That was a very useful video. He'd mentioned it in passing a few times, but I didn't really understand what was going on there. And I recently tried this, and I thought, well, I just barely got done readjusting it for the second time. I adjusted the regular, normal EQ that Audessey runs, and I set it all the way down to 400 hertz. I found out that didn't work for me. So what I did was I set it to 500 hertz, and it laser evenly evened everything out. But also, just as he mentioned, of course, when you put a curtain over the EQ setting where you can close that range down, and it's really simple. It's like, you grab it, you pinch and grab it and drag it down to, say, 400 or something. In the multi-EQ app, it's obviously not what you're looking at. But I can't show you my phone at the same time I'm using it. So this was really cool. I was amazed with it, because then it leaves, anything above that range where you put the curtain on it completely open. And talk about nice. I get better mid-range presentation. Matter of fact, I turned Audessey completely off, and I've done this before, but some of that information was still missing because, obviously it's run the EQ and it's decided what it's going to give your speakers and what it is not, whether you turn Audessey off in there or not, right? So I did this, and I was surprised because for the first time, off sounded better than everything else, right? Because the other settings, unfortunately, were it was leading me to believe that something was wrong with the mid-range in here, whether it's the wiring or something. No problem at all with the mid-range. I know these speakers are capable of it. That's never been a problem. It just wasn't as present as I remember it, hearing these towers, obviously my Triton reference towers, in the showroom. And there could be any number of reasons for that. It's still not as out there as it was. I believe a lot of that is because of the amplification I'm using. That's okay. Marantz still sounds good. I'm not going to dog it at all. And now that I did this, it sounds way better. Just, again, when I think things can't get any better, it went and got better on me, right? This EQ editor app is fantastic. It costs $20 on the Google Store, Play Store. I'm sure it's in the iStore. Get it. If you have a Marantz product, a Denon product, use it, please. I'm telling you, this is fantastic. I imagine, however, that something may similarly be available for other Audessey EQ bearing preprocessors or receivers. I do not know that, so I can't speak 100% to that case. I can say that it is available for Denon and Marantz products. But wow, what a difference. The mid-range popped right out a lot more than it was. Everything went perfectly balanced, very, very perfectly balanced. I was getting a little bit of a room gain. And I think I mentioned that in previous videos, that I had a bit of room gain around a certain frequency, and I wasn't really getting rid of it. So I didn't know how to get rid of that room gain. Well, I set this to 400 just to try it at first, and I figured I might have to set it to either 4 or 500 because of where I recognized with my ears where the room gain is. It's somewhere around, I guessed, either below 400 or just below 500. So I wasn't quite sure with my ears, but when I played music here, I was just playing this song, and there was a tremendous gain at a certain frequency. And when I went to 500 hertz, I went in and re-edited to 500 hertz, and this took care of the problem completely. It completely leveled out that bump. There's still a bit there, but it's not huge, and it certainly is not distracting. It was before. It was way present. And I'm guessing right around 470 hertz or something like that. So when I went to 500, it completely corrected for this, and I had no issues. I now have no problems in this certain particular frequency range. I was listening to this song especially, and it was getting kind of annoying because it has like a woo, woo, and it was sticking out way bad. I set the curtain up a little bit more to 500 hertz, took care of the problem completely. Great thing is that everything above that is not touched at all by the Audessey EQ. So it basically took those measurements out of the way. And I like that because that means everything from there up is naked. It's whatever the receiver is sending to the speakers, period. Right? So fantastic. I really like it. I think it works great. It's a wonderful app. Get it, try it, mess around with it a little bit. And whatever you do, watch Youthman's video on how to do that step by step. It's a pretty simple process. I discovered that you have to make a profile, so you have to do an EQ in there. You have to run Audessey EQ through your phone to begin with. So even if you've already done this before, it won't show you the previous times that you've done this on your phone until you've done it through your phone. Okay, so you do have to keep that in mind. That was one thing I discovered that wasn't mentioned in the video. But, once you do this, it sets it up, and you then can edit the profile you made. So at the end of running Audessey EQ like you've normally done, it'll show you all the same screens like you do on the on-screen display. And I'll just show you just real quickly here. Okay, so if you're going in, okay, this is your auto setup. Okay, this kind of screen, it's going to show you that, okay, in the phone, and take you through step-by-step instructions, the same step-by-step instructions. I might add, plug in your microphone, do this, do that, blah, 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 blah. You guys have seen this before if you have a modern Audessey 32 type thing. Okay, you've seen this before. So that's exactly what it looks like, and it will take you through the same auto calibration. At the end of that, you name your profile. Okay, so you say, I named mine Marantz Reimagined. Okay, so this is how you start, and then you can push on it and you can edit it, and you go down to multi-EQ frequency range. Okay, and you have a representation of the frequency range across on a bar. You simply grab the end of that bar and pull the curtain over to curtain EQ off at a certain range. And it is really cool. If you have a Marantz receiver that is capable of multi-EQ like this one, please give this a try. I'm telling you, it's bad ass. I really enjoyed working with it. Simple. It just took a little bit of a learning curve. Wasn't too much. I'm sure for anyone who can see, it's a little easier than me. I was going, well, what button do I push? I couldn't get it at first. But it was easy. I figured it out. So, fantastic. It's nice. Get it, check it out, try it. You're going to love it. I guarantee it. So this is just kind of a brief review of my experience. I've really enjoyed it. Get the multi-EQ app from your app store. It may cost $20. It's well worth it, and you only pay it one time. Get it. You'll enjoy it. I think it's great, and there are lots of other options in there. So enjoy yourself. Check it out. Thanks a lot for watching, and hit that like and subscribe button. It helps me out a lot. Thank you. Bye-bye.